it's Friday. Anything can happen.
Okay. Kú ojúmọ́ ẹ̀yin wa. The káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa ní Lagos Television. Orúkọ mi ni Ajibola Ojeshola.
I'm dancing. Ajibola talk Yoruba. Ẹ káàárọ̀ o gbogbo lé èmi ni tí tòótọ́ Adébímpé Ọmọ́táyọ̀.
Ekele mu nu nde be anyị aha ụmụ Joy Olu.
I'm sure you're wondering why we started the show that way this morning. Today is the International Day for International Mother Language Day. Today is set aside to celebrate the richness of our mother language, and of course it's annually observed on the 21st of February every year. So we decided to start the show that way because it's Friday, and you know, basically what we do on Fridays is entertainment. And I was surprised when Adebimpe said I spoke Yoruba.
I don't hear him speak Yoruba. I can't.
But
do you hear?
I speak Yoruba to you now.
Do you know how long it took you to start this show in Yoruba?
I was just trying to create some kind of suspense for our audience.
Okay.
So I speak Yoruba fluently.
Or the Yoruba had.
No, it did not hang down. It did not hang. If you ask me to speak Yoruba throughout the duration of this show, I can speak it. Anyway, we are glad to be back. It's Friday edition of the show. You know how we do it on Fridays. We put you in the right frame of mind for the weekend because we've been working since Monday, and the weekend is here. Adebimpe is so delighted that today is Friday. Am I wrong?
Ajibola, this is the best day of my life.
Fridays.
Is there going to be any party or there are parties?
Kosi party. I just want to sleep. I want to sleep, Ajibola. We're preparing our state of mind ahead of Ramadan. So we need to, start by taking it slow and calm and,
Hey, as you are preparing for Ramadan, I'm preparing for Lent as well.
When is Lent? That's April. When does Lent start?
So we are both preparing.
Yeah, okay. We're both preparing. That's true. That's true.
So do all the partying that you want to do now.
Okay, Kosi party.
Because I think it's starting on the 1st of March.
1st of March.
1st of
so
March.
I'll be fasting all through of March.
Okay. God will spare our lives.
And
we'll see beyond the period of Ramadan.
I'll be eating for you.
And what is it called? Lengthening period. Of course, I'm also going to fast for 40 days. And
40 days and 40 nights.
40 days. And I'll stay holy.
Okay.
All right, let's quickly go through our news point this morning. And of course, we all know what happened in Abuja yesterday, talking about that credible election of 1993. And the major actor who annulled that election did apologize yesterday. June 12, I take responsibility, IBB. Former military president Ibrahim Babangida has provided his detailed account of the annulment of June 12, 1993 presidential election in a landmark event in Nigeria's democracy history that continues to spark debates years after. For years, the circumstances surrounding the annulment have been shrouded in controversy, with various figures offering conflicting explanations. However, yesterday, Babangida presented his own version of the event in his autobiography, A Journey in Service, which was launched in Abuja yesterday. The book, reviewed by former Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, provides fresh insight into the historic decision that halted Nigeria's democratic transition. It also marked the first time Babangida unequivocally acknowledged that late Chief Moshood Kashima Olawale Abiola, popularly known as MKO, won the election that he regrettably annulled. Abiola, the candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, contested against Bashir Tofa of the National Republican Convention, NRC, in what has been widely described as Nigeria's most credible election. However, as results were being compiled, Babangida's military government halted the process, triggering widespread protests and political turmoil in the country. Osinbajo, in his review, revealed that Babangida dedicated an entire chapter of the 420-page book to discussing Nigeria's transition to democracy and the annulment of June 12 election. He noted that Babangida, for the first time, directly identified those responsible for the annulment of that election. And he quoted a particular paragraph or page of that book, and I'm quoting the vice president now. I will later find out that forces, referring to Babangida, led by General Sani Abacha, annulled the elections. There and then, I knew I was caught between a devil and the deep blue sea. From then on, the June 12 election took a painful twist, for which, as I will show later, regrettably take responsibility. Recalling the incident that led to the annulment, Babangida was quoted to have said, a group known as the Association of Better Nigeria, ABN, led by Arthur Nzeribe, had filed a lawsuit that Nzeribe was close to him, but denied supporting the activities of the ABN. So, you know, the story is quite long, and we all saw it on television yesterday. And who is who in Nigeria, they were present at that event yesterday. And I can never forget, I remember I was still in secondary school in 1993 when that election took place in Nigeria. And after the election was annulled, there was trouble in Nigeria. And I remember the likes of Franco Kori and the rest of them. The NLC went on strike, and the nation was at a standstill. And just yesterday, the man popularly called Maradona, IBB, apologized for annulling that election. And for me, I know, fine, we all commit crime, we all make mistakes, and coming to apologize, coming to take ownership of that mistake years after is what I've been trying to understand since yesterday.
Maybe he's trying to make peace with himself.
Ajibola, of course,
it's better late than never.
Exactly. Of course, we all sin and God forgives us. But do you remember? Can you remember the countless lives that were lost? Will this bring it back? Our president today was part of the struggle.
Yeah.
You
know, the former vice president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, actually made jest of the sitting president when he was locked up by Babangida dead.
You know, it took a little jab at him. This apology, anyway, yeah, it's good, but why were Abiola's children not there?
I would have thought that...
Are they going to compensate the family now and give their father the status
of a
president? And I don't know, it's just very sad. The chaos. I remember so well. I was in uni then. I remember so well. We couldn't go to school.
Yeah, for months.
For months. We couldn't even go out of our homes because the roads were always chaotic. People were dying. They were killing people. The military. No.
Emandaria Shemoji, he apologized yesterday. He looked sober. And, you know, to err is human. Forgiveness is divine. So we had no choice than to forgive the former military
Where were Abiola's children not there?
I was wondering why as well.
At the event.
I thought they should have been invited. And of course, you know, tender a public apology to the family.
Exactly.
Because that was what led to the death of Chief MKO Abiola.
And his wife.
And they were friends.
And his wife.
And his wife, yeah.
Kudi Abiola.
And his wife. But can we ever have such kind of elections
in Nigeria again?
Option A4. Show your face. If you are voting if I'm voting for Adebipe, I will stand behind you.
You will line up behind me, and then we count 1, 2, 3. I voted that day. I remember I voted. My father made sure we lined everybody outside. That everybody should go and vote. We were happy. I think my late mom cooked for people on the streets then, because everybody was happy.
Yeah.
Happy because it was Abiola, or happy because we were leaving military and, you know, we're going into democracy. And it was also a Muslim ticket. Do you remember?
Just like the one that we have now.
Yes, and, you know, there was no mention of it
at
there.
All,
no mention of it. That was when Nigeria...
I was even surprised. Abiola's vice president was not there.
He was, yes, Kingibe. He wasn't.
Was he there?
No, I didn't see him.
I didn't see him.
I didn't see him. That's true. I didn't see him. SDP, progress.
Yeah.
Abiola.
All right. How did we get your story?
Yes. Okay, what's my story again? Found it. No evidence U.S. aid funds Boko Haram, U.S. ambassador. The United States of America, USA ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills, has said that there was no evidence that the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, was funding Boko Haram or any terrorist group here in Nigeria. But a member of the House of Representatives, Inuwa Garba, has disagreed, saying that the ambassador had no right to say if the allegations were true or wrong. This came as the House of Representatives yesterday constituted an ad hoc committee to conduct a thorough investigation into the allegations made by Congressman Scott Perry on USAID sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria. Speaking to journalists Wednesday night in Abuja, after meeting with the 36 state governors under the aegis of Nigeria Governors Forum, Ambassador Mills said that no nation condemns Boko Haram's violence more strongly than the U.S. Recall that on February 13, Congressman Scott Perry accused USAID of funding terrorist groups, including Boko Haram. Boko Haram is a terrorist group founded in 2002 by Mohammed Yusuf. The group's objectives include promoting Sunni Islam and eliminating Shia Islam in Nigeria. Over the years, thousands of Nigerians have lost their lives, billions of naira worth of property destroyed, and many families displaced due to Boko Haram activities. Perry, a Republican from Pennsylvania, made the allegation during the first hearing of a subcommittee on delivering on government efficiency.
This allegation is quite huge, and
it's huge. Oh. It's
this
really
back and
huge.
forth, I really do not understand it. The other time, the Senate invited the DG of DSS, the NSA and some other security chiefs to come and give account of what they know about these allegations. And I watched a particular program where the Senate was criticized that for planning to have a closed-door session. Why not make it open? And let these people give accounts or give evidence of whatever they might know or whatever link that they have with this allegation that was raised. So why closed-door session?
But why would the lawmaker, that Perry Scott, or what's his name, why would he come out to make such grave allegations? Why? Are they trying to justify why Trump is trying to stop this USA? Are they trying to justify it? How credible is this allegation?
It is still an allegation. So
allegedly,
at the end of the day, we are going to find out who is lying or who is telling the truth.
Who's telling the truth.
But if it is true, I'm afraid for Nigeria. Joy.
Covering number plates illegal, Lagos State government tells motorists. The special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Transportation, Shola Giwa, has warned motorists against the use of fake vehicle identification numbers and the concealing of registration plates. This was contained in a statement issued by the spokesperson of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Adebayo Taofik. Giwa underscored the Lagos State government stance against these infractions, emphasizing that they constitute a flagrant violation of established traffic laws and pose grave security risks to the state. Quoting him now, the Lagos State Transport Sector Reform Law 2018 unequivocally mandates the proper display of vehicle identification numbers on all automobiles traversing the state's road network. He further reiterated that no legal provision sanctions the use of counterfeit vehicle identification numbers or obscured number plates, warning that defaulters will be met with the full force of the law. Giwa highlighted the Lagos State's vehicle identification database, which serves as a critical tool for tracking registered vehicles, aiding in identification and facilitating the recovery of stolen automobiles, just as every individual bears a name beyond their choice. So does every vehicle must possess an assigned number plate which must be displayed without obstruction. He further decried the difficulties faced by security agencies and traffic enforcers in tracing vehicles implicated in criminal activities such as one-chance robberies and other traffic violations due to the aforementioned unlawful practices. Well, the thrust of the story is that the vehicle identification numbers must be displayed for all to see. Now, I see some luxurious vehicles, they have their number plates covered. So now it is a crime, displayed for everyone to see.
But, you know, do they even have to tell you this? Are you the president? Why are you covering your number?
Are you one of the VIPs?
Are you one of the VIPs? Even Ajibola as a VIP.
Are you supposed to cover your?
Are you even supposed to cover
or
your
is
number?
there maybe there's a kind of document that they acquire to permit them to do that?
Before you're permitted to cover it.
Maybe.
So I can just go there and collect permit. I want to be covering my plate
You will
number.
pay for it too.
I think we might need to bring Honorable Sholagiwa here.
Yes,
to
so that he'll come and
Better,
explain
yeah.
further.
And if you are not hiding anything, why are you covering your plate number? You are not the governor. You are not the Senate
It's a thing
president.
of class.
Class.
It's a thing of class, yeah.
Go and take a registered plate number then and put your name. You can put Bature
Why not
or put
Ajibola?
Nasir and Richard.
I mean, they pay for that special plate
do.
number.
They do.
Yeah,
They
you can
do.
pay for that. And
So ignorance is not
anyone
an
caught now
excuse under the
face the
law.
wrath of the
So
law.
if you are found wanting or if you are found covering your plate number in Lagos State, it's a crime. And you face the music. So now you have heard, you had better obey. All right, that's our news point this morning. We'll be moving to X now and see what is trending. We all saw what happened yesterday. Inside the red chamber of the National Assembly. And time again, I've been asking myself this question. What exactly is really happening between this particular senator and the Senate president? Because yesterday was not the first time they were going to have an altercation.
A go at each other. Yes. Man and woman matter.
What are you trying
But what
to
happened yesterday? Was it a man and woman matter?
I don't know.
The argument was over the numbering of the seats.
Yes. And Akpabio acted, according to the law.
The rules of the Senate.
Of the Senate. But she just insisted that, he was just having a go at her. And, she just didn't want to comply. She just did, she played on the fact that, is it because she's a woman? Is that why he's treating her like that? And this is not, like you said, this is not the first time she's talking about that. Oh, this is happening between
the two
her
of them
and the Senate president.
The story says that
it's a family matter. They should go.
She was asked to switch her seats to accommodate opposition lawmakers who recently transferred to the ruling party.
Yes, I think there's a way they sit. There's a way they sit in the house that those.
But because some people now decant.
Those who
from PDP to APC.
That's Nedunwoko and one other.
So they had to reallocate the numbering of the seats.
Yes.
And that was what triggered the whole thing yesterday.
I don't know, why did she see it as an attack?
I think there's more to this. There's more to this. The other time, I blamed the Senate president for telling Senator Natasha that they were not in a nightclub. I didn't like that choice of word.
Yes.
But that yesterday, my feeling now, she overreacted.
Yes, because
except if I'm wrong.
There's a background, there's a background
to that.
So that was why I'm a woman, so I know, I can understand.
Okay.
Why we sometimes
it could be is there something that we don't know?
It could be our hormones. It could be our hormones, running haywire at that time. So that maybe.
Or is there something that we don't know?
I don't know. She's Mrs. Uduagu.
Maybe we should dig deep and find out.
She's Mrs. Uduagu.
But I just hope that the Senate president, no matter what anyone does in the chamber of the Senate, should try to be more fatherly, tolerate them, and men tend to be soft when it comes to women. So I see no reason why the Senate president shouldn't do that. The senator representing Kogi Central as well should take it light and, of course, recognize the rules of the House and do things in accordance to the rules of the House. Because I felt bad yesterday. She was raising her voice, And at some point, the Senate president said he was going to call upon the sergeant at arms
to
take her out of the chamber.
But the other Kogi senators have apologized on her behalf. Senator Issa Jibril and Senator Sunday Karimi.
You know, at the time that she was asked to move and she didn't, he should have just left it.
Yes.
He should have left it. He shouldn't have pushed it any further. It was something they could still, you know, discuss after plenary, not in public, especially when they know cameras are there.
All right. We hope that they will do things better. And of course, Nigerians are looking up to members of the National Assembly to act in accordance to the law of the country. We have distinguished senators and we have honorable members. But how honorable is our conduct sometimes? How distinguished is our conduct sometimes? I think they need to be more conscious, especially when they're transmitting their plenary live, because the young ones are looking upon them to represent us well and, of course, project the image of the country well. So that's that with what is trending. We'll be taking a very quick break on the program. We did tell you at the beginning of the show that today is the International Mother Language Day. That is not our conversation for today. But let me trigger something out of Adebimpe. We are going to take a break now, and I want you to take that break, and you are going to take it in Yoruba.
Why am I the one taking the break now?
Because I started the show.
Ajibola. Okay. Okay, should I take the...
Wait, Joy, say it in Igbo first. Then she will say it in Yoruba.
No, she should say it in Yoruba. Say it.
Joy, you cannot speak Igbo
in Go ahead.
No, have you said yours?
After her.
And we kept complaining that we do not speak our language to our children.
We speak to our
children. To speak Igbo now, you cannot speak it. To speak Yoruba, you cannot
speak. I haven't said I will not speak. I said after her.
But you know, I do.
At least you should. I led by example. I started show by speaking Yoruba, and it was so fluent.
Because he wants to set us up.
Please.
Conversation. I can't.
I
can't. We'll be back after this short break.
Okay.
No.
I don't know how to say it.
Losoke long. Ashin parabo. MIT law.
Okay.
I admit
to.
That is MCR.
MCR. Agbara is MCR.
Yes, now.
Look at my own hands up. I can't. Emma Binu. I can't.
Okay. But you can say Ekaro. Ekale.
Of course, Ekaro. I'm not a Yoruba.
If you cannot, then...
I was born in Port Harcourt.
All right. We'll take a very short break at this moment on the conversation. We'll be right back.